So much FUD about FSD.
FUD, of course, being fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and FSD being Tesla's full self-driving, the ability for Teslas to drive themselves.
So let's cut the crap and get to the data. Elias Martinez publishes data from the FSD Community Tracker, and he's got data for the past 130 weeks. All right, so take a look at all this data, Jesse, right? We now have 118 entries covering 1,400 miles driven on 12.3.6. and over 1,000 miles driven on 12.5.
So if you look at the upper left chart, miles to critical disengagement by versions, you can see that Tesla just doubled the miles driven between disengagements from 12.3 to 12.5.
645 FSD miles driven before a disengagement in 12.5. So that's what an average US driver does statistically in half a month of driving.
So today you could go for a drive for over 2 weeks before you would disengage full self-driving.
And as Alex points out, soon you'll see a full month between disengagement, then 2, then 4, then 8, and then more than a year.
Elon said we have a clear path to doubling average miles between interventions in August.
And Holmar's catalog says FSD 12.3 to 12.5 is similar to the leap between GPT 3.5 and GPT 4.
And Elon said, yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to point out, it is so easy for a lot of people to say, oh, well, this isn't perfect yet. But the rate with which it's improving is so fast now that even though, yes, it isn't perfect yet, it will get better than a human really, really soon.
And I think the other hard part is that most people aren't experiencing this. So
exactly.
It's like, oh, trust me, bro, and here's a graph. And as much as I love graphs and data and all sorts of stuff like that, it's really tough when it's like, oh, it's only in Model Ys, the new Model Ys, and I can't try it yet, but it should be coming. But I haven't tried it, so I have to just kind of trust other people, and it's not very first principles.
Well, you know, your aunt's coming with the Model Y this weekend, so maybe we should just steal it for an hour.
So do you know what this is now called?
Yeah, that's Giga Texas.
Can you be more specific?
It's the Giga Texas Supercomputing Cluster. See that new building in front there? That's the cooling facility for the 100,000 H100 and H200 NVIDIA training chips.
Yes.
Yeah, I know my stuff.
But Elon has just given it a name.
Let's see. The X supercomputer.
That's a good guess. But Elon just called it Cortex. He said just did a walkthrough of the Tesla supercomputer cluster at Giga Texas, aka Cortex. Great work by the Tesla team.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around 100,000 training computers.
Yeah, it's about $3 or $4 billion worth of NVIDIA hardware. Right now, it uses 130 megawatts of power, which will be expanding to 500 megawatts in the next 18 months.
Wow. Elon says that by December, this should be the most powerful AI supercomputer cluster in the world.
But can it play Crisis?
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Tuesdays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below and head over to the Now You Know channel.